Hi everyone, it's Stephanie with the Nina Mason Pulliam Eco Lab at Marian University. It is Earth Week and it's National Poetry Month. So we thought that we would celebrate by sharing some of our most favorite nature themed poems. I'll go first. Mine is by Mary Oliver, who's one of my favorites, and it's called The Summer Day. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean. This one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down into the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? All right, Randy, you're up.
Okay, I am on. My poem is Evolution by Jade Bright. Just as the snake cast off her legs that she might move with speed, just as the wasp desiring pollen evolved to become the bee, just as the flying fish grew wings to escape its enemies, just as all birds have changed their beaks to suit what they must eat, so too must you adapt that you might survive the changing times. Be confident you have the tools that you will need to survive. That's Jade Bright. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Randy. All right, Beth, you're next.
So I chose a A.E. Houseman poem. The loveliest of trees, the cherry now, is hung with bloom along the bough and stands about the woodland ride, wearing white for Eastertide. Now of the 80 and 10, 20 will not come again, and take from 70 springs a score, it only leaves me 50 more. And since to look at things in bloom, 50 springs are little room, about the woodland I will go to see the cherry hung with snow.
Beautiful. Thank you, Beth. Okay, Janice, you're next.
Okay, the poem that I am going to read is called Trees. It was written by Joyce Kilmer in 1913. Joyce was not a woman. Joyce was a man who was named Joyce. I just think that's important to know. And this is just a poem I heard as a child, and it's always stuck with me. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree.
I love it. Thank you, Janice. Okay, Angela, you're up.
Okay, for my poem today, I selected something from the book Earth Prayers that was published in 1991. It's always a good, reliable source of poems. This one is by Stephanie Kaza, who from the Green Gulch Farm. It's an agriculture project established by the San Francisco Zen Center. So here goes. We live by the sun, we feel by the moon, we move by the stars. We live in all things and all things live in us. We eat from the earth, we drink from the rain, we breathe from the air. We live in all things live in us. We call to each other, we listen to each other. Our hearts deepen with love and compassion. We live in all things live in us. We depend on the trees and animals We depend on the earth. Our minds open with wisdom and insight. We live in all things live in us. We dedicate our practice to others. We include all forms of life. We celebrate the joy of living and dying. We live in all things live in us. We are full of life. We are full of death. We are grateful for all beings and companions. Stephanie Kaza, Green Gulch Farm.
That was great. Thank you so much, Angela. Okay, Liz, you're next.
All right, I chose A Noiseless Patient Spider by Walt Whitman, and I chose it because I love the name of this poem. So here it goes. A noiseless patient spider. I marked where on a little promontory it stood isolated, marked how to explore the vacant vast surrounding. It launched forth filament, filament, filament out of itself, ever unreeling them, ever tirelessly speeding them. And you, oh my soul, where you stand, surrounded, detached in measureless oceans of space, ceaselessly musing, venturing, throwing, seeking the spheres to connect them. Till the bridge you will need be formed, till the ductile anchor hold, to the gossamer thread you fling catch somewhere, oh my soul.
Thank you, Liz. I love poems, and I love poems about spiders. Okay, so Kathy, are you ready?
Okay, here I am, I believe. I do not have the entire poem up, but I will quote a classic by Robert Frost. And it simply says, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled, and that has made all the difference. I believe that right now across the planet, we are all on the road less traveled.
Oh, so true, so true. Thank you, Kathy. That is, that's a classic. All right. Well, I think that was fun. I had a lot of fun listening to everybody's poems. And again, it's National Poetry Month. We still have another week. We have a few days left of Earth Week. So thanks so much for joining us, and have a great weekend.